Welcome back. In case you're just joining us, this is still the press, and we're reaching you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. We've now been joined by our guest, Chairman Lovewalk Media, Obadiah and Mbila. You're welcome to the studio this morning.
Thank you for having me, my dear.
I'm so happy to have you in the studio because there's quite a lot of things we need to talk about this morning, especially starting with the killing of soldiers in Delta State. Now, I'd like to quickly read out the statement from the president himself about this incident. And it says, the killings, I beg your pardon, just a minute, I think it should be on the screen. On Saturday morning, the Nigerian people and I woke up to the dreadful news of the unprovoked killings of our brave military personnel during a rescue mission in Okwama community in Ughelli South local government area of Delta State. The incident occurred on Thursday, March 14, 2024, when our troops responding to a crisis between Okwama and Okoloba communities in Delta State were ambushed. A commanding officer, 2 majors, 1 captain, and 12 soldiers sadly lost their lives. 1 civilian was also killed. And moving on, as a nation, it says we must constantly remember and honor all those who have paid the ultimate sacrifice to keep our nation safe, strong, and united. The officers and men who died in the Okwama community have joined the pantheon of great men and women who gave their all with honor in the service of our fatherland. Members of our armed forces are at the heart and core of our nationhood. Any attack on them is a direct attack on our nation. We will not accept this wicked act. The Defense Headquarters and Chief of Defense Staff have been granted full authority to bring to justice anybody found to have been responsible for their unconscionable crime against the Nigerian people. As the Commander-in-Chief, I join all well-meaning Nigerians and the men and women of our armed forces to mourn and express my profound grief over the needless death of our gallant soldiers. I extend my profound condolences to the families of these fallen soldiers, their colleagues, and their loved ones. The military I command is already responding to this incident. The cowardly offenders responsible for this heinous crime will not go unpunished. This incident once again demonstrates the dangers faced by our servicemen and women and their line of duty. I salute their heroism, courage, and uncommon grit and patriotism. That's the speech from the president after the incident happened on his X-handle.
Excuse me.
It's fine. On his X-handle, that was what he had to say. But that's a lot of things. The first thing I wanted to point out is this sounds like a misinformation or a wrong intel. Because if you're going on a peacekeeping mission to attend to some village matters, that some villagers who had a bit of crisis and you were going to save them, and then you got into an ambush, shouldn't that seem like a wrong intel to the army to start with? What's your thoughts on this issue?
First of all, I want to salute the courage of those gallant soldiers who lost their life. We cannot understand the circumstances that led to an ambush, but I would like to say that, first of all, the soldiers are here to protect our territorial integrity. It is an aberration that soldiers are policing within our troubling communities. It is the work of the police. But because of the lapses we have been experiencing in our security architecture, one can quite very well understand why the overlapping, going across for military officers to do the work of the police. Having said that, it beats my imagination that we live in a society that does not honor, respect, hold in high esteem the presence of our military personnel, no matter how low they are in ranking. They are there to represent us. They are there to protect our interests. So, when a citizen of the Federal Republic or some group of people of the of citizens of the Federal Republic could connive to ambush and exterminate the life of these highly prized military men, it becomes worrisome. We should not just end in arresting these people and prosecuting them. We need to interrogate beyond the surface. What could be the reason behind a Nigerian citizen knowing very well that a soldier is here to protect him? What could have changed his mind to turn against this man that is here to protect you? We must find out what that is. But I do know where such things occur, go back and find out that you'll find out that the people are not well governed. The presence of government is far from a community like that. Therefore, the possible thing that can happen is that they would likely take the laws into their
own
hands.
hands.
This is very, very unfortunate. And we must do all that is in our power to make sure that we don't allow this type of scenario to continue to develop. First of all, let it be very clear that those military men that have gone to keep for peacekeeping in communities far away from their territory, they should please respect the rules of engagement.
Of course. All right, let's quickly take this call. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, you're welcome to the press. Please tell us your name and where you're calling from.
I'm Collins from Kaduna.
Oh, please join the conversation, Mr. Collins.
Yeah, I want to thank you for more especially because of this program. Thank you so much enlightening many of us that are part of the government.
You're welcome.
Like the issue you people are treating on now. You see, it has happened in Benue State before.
Okay.
They quite knew that if such a thing happened, the entire community is in sham.
Yes.
And the people that did this, take it or leave it. Either the clan head of that community or the chief of that community, they know the kind of people that used to perpetrate this type of thing. And more especially, everybody are angry, both the military and our politicians. The whole masses are angry because of them. There are so many things that are not well done. Okay, look at the 200 and something people that are kidnapped. Some people are saying it's not bandit, some say it's bandit. Are you telling me that if our military should take effect by bringing all their armor and drones and their helicopter, the particular area that these people are being kept cannot be located? Look at the issue of what's happening in the 10th Senate now. People are hungry. All the whole senators, they are giving all this 100 billion or 50 billion to go for their constituent project. Which of them, more especially from to see? If we are going to elect any senator or governor or house of reps, let them be interviewed in the studio just like you people are now. Let us read the masses, ask them questions.
All right.
More especially those present ones that are still in office, that are still lobbying to come for another thing. All they have done with this money,
All right.
they are just enriching themselves, bringing problems. All these things that happen might come through hunger or something of that nature, I didn't know.
Okay.
But despite the fact that the killing is not good, and the community, I see that that place, I don't see anybody staying in that community throughout this year. There will be no peace in that place. But military will never take it like with them.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
That's the price they pay for dishonoring.
Exactly the point. But then what's the place of see something, say something? You know, this I want to get your views on what you think the president should have done, aside just putting out that statement and telling the DHQ that they have full authority, alongside the CDS, that they have full authority to actually, you know, fish out the perpetrators of this kind of crime. Now let's look at what happened during Obasanjo's regime in 1999, somewhere in Bayelsa State, in
OG, precisely.
Exactly. So in that kind of case, there was a quick retaliation to send a strong warning and a message that the military is not to be told with. Now, I'm beginning to look at the kind of courage that people have in our times, where a uniformed personnel like the armed forces cannot actually be reverenced. to the point that they could think to kill them, and not just kill them, slaying them. So I don't know how best to express it.
Dismembering them.
Exactly the point. So brutally that they have no fears for even the uniform they were wearing. Unprovoked. So what do you think should be done in this case to send a strong note of warning? Because it's beyond just talking.
Already the response has been on. I understand that the military have gone back there to raise down the community. That may not be the smartest way to get those culprits.
Exactly.
But at least it sends a very strong signal, not only to that particular community, but also adjoining communities, that it is not going to fare well with any community found culpable in a matter such as this one. Like you wanted to compare what happened in OD,
yes,
and what is happening in Okwama now. In fact, the OD case was a prompt response that took everyone, not only the people in that community or surrounding community. Every Nigerian was taken by surprise by Obasanjo's quick response to scatter OD. It's true that he came in a very sharp condemnation. People criticized him, but we can never understand the working of the mind of a leader who would allow history to record him as taking action than not taking at all.
Absolutely.
So I had expected a similar thing in Okwama, although before the commander-in-chief spoke, the army had gone ahead to, if you like, retaliate or terrorize the community and adjoining community, and in the process send a very strong warning signal. So that is what is expected of the soldiers.
You know, some people have been saying that maybe our military are been allowed to be so how do I put it, so downplayed that they no longer look, they are no longer reverenced by the people anymore. For instance, that kind of peacekeeping mission shouldn't, you said, like you said, should have been handed over to the police and not the military boys going to, you know, do this kind of operation. But here we are. Then they are the ones running after some of these things. And we also have kidnaps in Kaduna, different cases where you find other bodies that are supposed to be handling this. And our military is supposed to be the last resort, right? The very, very last resort, if at all.
They should come in. If at all, they should come in our internal matters. Yes, but again, it reveals the architectural gaps that has been created in our military network. Now, everyone has a role in security matter.
Yes.
And in so doing, one should know where his role begins and where it ends. Now that the whole thing has become interwoven, you know, overlapping here and there, where are we going to find the authority with whom you can raise alarm and say, see what is happening in this and this society, and if something is not done, see what is going to result? Are you going to the military to report, or the police, or the paramount ruler, that is the traditional ruler of that area?
Sure. Let's quickly take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Alhassan.
Good morning, Mr. Akim. You're welcome to the press.
Yeah, good morning. Hello to your analyst there.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
How's Lagos today?
Well, Lagos is cool. The heat is just too high, though it's getting somehow now. We are managing.
Well, it's time.
Please go ahead.
I want to quickly talk about that thing that happened in Delta State. It's unfortunate because the ministry, they are the symbol of Nigeria. Okay? So there is, no matter what the excuse is, those ones that did it, they have no any right to doing that. So we whoever that is innocent, maybe they should look for a way to hide themselves for the meantime. Because definitely those people that did that must be fetched out. But you know, the problem of this country is this. I want to quickly recall back to during President Muhammadu Buhari era. Remember this issue of Boko Haram? We were told in national television that those sponsoring Boko Haram were known and in fact were arrested. Please, these people that killed a lot of Nigerians, regardless whether you are Muslim or Hausa or Igbo or whatever language, we only had that. Up to today, we have not heard whether they have been killed or whether they have been whatever happened to them, which shows that they have been given a go-ahead to do whatever they like. There should be nobody should be supreme or higher than the state. So, but what that shows us now, that there are certain people that are bigger than Nigeria. That's just the fact. If this administration wants to prove it right, that there's no any single person or people that are greater than this country, then they should revisit that and rearrest those people. And before Nigeria, when army robbers are caught, they are shot before people, right? Those 10 people, they are supposed to be even deal with more than that. So all these stories, and then lastly, the same thing that happened in Kaduna State, over 200 plus children, innocent children, people. These are the scapegoats that always been kidnapped. Okay, this thing happened. Now Mr. President says he has no any money to pay anybody, which Mr. President was very right?
Of course.
To saying that. Now some of these northern so-called elders or whatever they call them said that this fire is burning in their backyard. They are now coming and telling Mr. President to second to this kind of rubbish, that Mr. President should listen to Sheikh Abubakar Gumi that is saying that they should negotiate. How many times Nigeria will continue to be negotiating? So the Nigerian wealth now has become for some certain people. Come, we are not foolish. This thing is obvious, even without seeing that it is a planned work. So Northerners should just know how to take care of themselves.
All right.
Come on, this is nonsense. We don't like all this nonsense. Okay, during Jonathan, they did the same thing.
All right.
Now they are coming with this kind of style. We can't take it. That's just it.
All right.
God bless Nigeria.
God bless you too.
God bless you.
In as much as it's so tempting to say Northerners should take care of themselves, we are still one body. We are a family, so we must fight this together.
That shouldn't have arisen in the first place, because, as it is said, the challenge to one section.
It's a challenge.
Yes, it may not be affecting you. Look at kidnapping, for instance.
It will definitely, because it's over
time. They did not
time.
start in South.
Exactly.
And we thought, oh, it's because of the oil workers and blah 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 blah. Today, it is the North has become the epicenter.
True.
So, if you think because it doesn't concern our region, so let it be. It is eating very, very slowly. It's coming to your region. So whatever we can do to nip it at that region where you think they are not, please, we should do it. But talking about Sheikh Gumi, you know, who now parade himself as official negotiator, both for government and for the kidnappers. One can only look at the role that he is marketing and understand that the end of our trauma is not in sight. These are people that are elevating the entire unfortunate development to a very lucrative business, a situation where you have chains of people who handle certain things for these criminal elements called terrorists. And then they see themselves as legitimate citizens who should be listened to. Exactly. It's a very dangerous development. Gumi is marketing himself and his like as negotiators to these terrorists, making themselves known as people who have access to these terrorists. So if you have access to nab these terrorists, instead of giving it out for government to nab them and stamp out this business in our society, you are telling government, look, we can stand to negotiate to make sure we give a link. Meaning, if you find a way to, if you hear of any system that is being put in place to end terrorism, you will not allow it to prosper, because it's going to end your own trade.
You know, Sheikh Gumi keeps comparing them to the militants and keeps asking for amnesty for them.
It is not true. That's the way he's seeing them. And that is why, how can you compare a militant who is saying, look, oh, I have some interest in whatever God has given me in my land, and I'm not going to keep quiet for you to continue to siphon the entire treasure for yourself alone. Let me have my court. And he does not know how to make his request officially known. He goes into some illegitimate means. You correct him and say, yes, I know that you are making a legitimate demand. This is how we are going to settle you. What does the Boko Haram want, for goodness sake, that they should be protected? What does the terrorists want? What? What? Is there any mineral resources in their territory they are asking, government, leave this for us? They've never told us. They say they want a state of Islam in certain areas. By which constitution are they making this demand? We have a secular constitution that respects the sanctity of every entity. Therefore, your singular demand would not in any way
hold water.
No. And anyone that is encouraging you that you are making a legitimate demand should tell us your demand, because we don't know. So that is why it tells us of the danger that is confronting this our nation. When people supposed to be moral leaders, people who should be the conscience of the society, is asking you to protect criminals, is asking you to give amnesty to criminals. On what basis? And you are comparing them to someone in Bayelsa who is aggrieved because you have taken a treasure, and he said so. What is the message of Boko Haram?
You know, some persons have been talking and they are wondering why Sheikh Gumi is actually asking for non-kinetic measures to be used on these non-state actors as against kinetic measures. Now, the question to ask now is, what do you think the federal government should be doing? Because just yesterday, another 14 people were abducted in Kaduna State. This insecurity seems to be biting harder than we seem to be able to chew right now.
I would like the government to show a strong evidence that they are not implicated in the matter, that their officials are not somehow interested in this business, that they are truly interested to end this these years of darkness in Nigeria, and to usher in a new era of sunshine where we will live as a people. This place called Nigeria is not secure any longer. Even as I'm speaking here in the studio, the fact that I am not protected is well spelled out all around me. So you don't know who is who again in Nigeria.
Exactly.
So that trust, that citizen trust, has disappeared. Government must therefore rise up to the occasion to show that they are not implicated in this matter by showing strategies that works, giving strategies that works to end this dilemma, and giving hope again to the citizens.
Yeah.
To tell them that, look, it's not over.
All right, let's quickly take this call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good
All right.
morning.
Please tell us
I
your...
want the
Okay.
I want colleagues.
Okay.
I want the analyst now.
Yes.
I've been asking this question many and many a times. I want him to still give me an answer today again.
What is that?
Whether there are certain people that are above the law or not. Then about Gumi, wait. We have been saying that these bandits, we didn't know them. Or these terrorists, we didn't know them.
Yes.
They are faceless people. But today, all this while we have been hearing right from last regime, during Buhari's regime, this same man, called Gumi, have an access to them, to dialogue with them, to give money from the federal government to settle with them. And he's still there. And nothing has been done. Even the military, nothing they have even said about it. Because I happen to know that many of the militaries have been killed in the desert there because of these terrorists of the day. Will this same man have an access to them, to speak with them, to know their face, and to know who is financing them? Look, Nigeria is no more.
Thank you very
Nigeria
much.
is no more. Not until this man is being arrested, these people are supposed to dialogue with or want the federal government to dialogue with. Let them be brought to book. Now we are taking the step of Delta. I don't know where they just still 6 soldiers. These people are
16,
millions
not
of soldiers,
16.
and nothing is done. Gumi has to be arrested
All right.
and be brought to justice.
Thank you very much for your contribution. It's just so unfortunate. Now, he's also calling for Sheikh Gumi's arrest. There are lots of conversations around that. But then Sheikh Gumi also made a statement. He said they know these people.
Yeah.
So what is so hard? If truly they know these people, what is so hard and what is making it difficult? Even though the president always says, I am asking that the military do the necessary things, they have full authority to do this, but it doesn't look like the authority is there. Is it just walking and talking and not walking the talk? Because if something had been done, the almost 300 people that had been kidnapped in Kaduna should have been rescued by now. Even the extra 14 people of yesterday, nothing has been done about it. Children, women.
One of the things I clearly stated during the last analysis was that government must again give hope to the people. The people must know that the government is not in any way.
Okay, please pardon me. Let's quickly take this call so we can just face the conversation. Hello, good morning.
Hello, sorry, Babajide.
Olamide.
It's Akim calling back. I want to correct one impression there.
Okay.
Yes, the last statement I made that the North should take care of themselves. I don't really mean that Nigeria is not responsible for taking care of every part of the country. No.
All right.
What I mean is, if you look at the Southwest, when issues like this rises, you see the leaders come together and quickly rally and look for solutions.
Sorry.
They are lacking. The northern leaders are lacking in that area. Only innocent people are dying.
All right.
I can speak Hausa fluently. I do everything fluently, so I can never go against the people of the north. I'm a Muslim. Okay.
Right. Thank you very much. Thank you for that clarity.
So
that's all right.
So my speech is not against the north.
All right. Thank you very much for the clarity. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So please go ahead.
Yeah, that clarification is very, very germane. As you already know, many people are so emotionally attached to the North thing, so that they can give the interpretation that the rest of this country wants them to tackle their problem. Like he has rightly explained, there must be leadership commitment to end this scenario.
Yes.
That is truly not there. You hear them come to cry out like others. The North is finishing. The North is going. But from what Gumi is telling us, some of those people that are responsible for the ongoings are known to you, the leaders. So what have you done on your own to shape or reshape your region? So I think that's what the young man was saying. The federal government will always come in because it is it's a federation. They are running a federation. So it is statutory on their part to come and show leadership. But you, who comes from there, you know these people. They say their name is Boko Haram. You know them by different names by which they have, registered their presence. How much have you done to extract from them the real reason why they are doing this? Is it they want to Islamize the entire people, and that is the reason why they could go to where Muslims are praying in a mosque and slaughter them? Is that how they are to Islamize the country? We must extract very firm reason why they are doing this and why we are looking the other way when we know what they are doing is wrong. Is it true that education is evil? Is it what Quran is teaching? If it's not what Quran is teaching, how can you counter this message so that people will not continue to be misled by these criminals?
Absolutely true. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. You're welcome to the press. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hello, good morning. This is Victor from Port Harcourt.
Please, we need you to step away from your TV set or turn down the volume.
This is Mr. Victor calling from Port Harcourt.
Please join the conversation, Mr. Victor, but you need to step away from your TV set if you want us to hear you.
This is Mr. Victor calling from Port Harcourt.
Please step away from your TV set or turn down the volume. We can hear you, Mr. Victor. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'm not hearing you well.
We can hear you if you can hear us. If you can't hear us, give us a call back.
Victor calling from Port Harcourt.
If you can't hear us, give us a call back.
Let me call back.
I know a lot of people. I want you to know that if you have to call in on a TV show like this, you have to step away from your TV set or turn down the volume. That way we can both communicate better. All right.
Yeah. The conversation has been on for some time, that one will begin to ask, are we making any headway? The answer is no. And why are we not making the headway?
All right, let's quickly take Mr. Victor's call. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning, Mr. Victor. We can hear you now.
See, there's something confusing here. It's like Nigerians are deceiving themselves. How can you tell me that tens and thousands or hundreds of soldiers have been killed these how many years, and somebody knows where the terrorists are, and nothing is done? No house is raised, no community is raised, and we don't even know what happened in the one that happened at the other state. And within 24 hours or less than 24 hours, the whole community is raised down. What are we talking about? Nigeria should start telling themselves the truth.
Exactly.
Nigeria should start telling themselves the truth. You understand?
Very well.
Because even that thing that happened in Delta State, nobody knows whether they went neutral or not. But why is it that the people that have been killing since how many years, more than 10 years now, or close to 10 years now, nothing is done?
Right.
We should all start telling, including the military, everybody should start telling themselves the truth. And it's time to say the truth. Absolutely.
It's definitely the truth time. Thank you very much, Mr. Victor. Thanks for your contribution.
Time to tell the truth.
Absolutely. It's time to be honest with ourselves, because you can't be deceiving yourself, even if you're deceiving others. That after all these years, somebody knows where these people's hideouts are. They go there for negotiations and nothing has been done. I don't know who we should be blaming here. Is it the federal government? Is it the chief of defense staffs? Is it the people, the community, the leaders, the religious leaders? Who should be held responsible for this? Because it looks like security is beyond just one power sitting somewhere and saying this is what we're doing. Because these people cannot be bigger than the state, can they?
Well, the moment we choose and decide and muster the political will to tell ourselves the truth, like the last caller said, we would now start making headway. But the truth is that we are not telling ourselves the truth. No one can evaluate the activity of Gumi in the past 10 years and would be happy with a government that has tolerated his posturing and nothing is done about it. Everybody, glean over his comments and then just scratch your nose and look the other way. These are far-reaching security information that he's giving. He has placed himself in such a role that makes him an accomplice of the ongoing terrorism, meaning he has clearly stated that he is part of it and nothing has been done against him. Nothing. We have not been told by the government of the day that he has been officially appointed as their negotiator, yet he negotiates.
Literally all the time. Now, there's a statement that came from NBA stating that capital punishment would not, for terrorists, would not stop crime and criminality.
No,
what's your take on that?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't. We'll be deceiving ourselves to think that capital punishment will end criminality. No, it doesn't. People become hardened when they know that, when they look at the end of what they're doing. Oh, is it not just they terminate your life and that ends it? So they're emboldened to go and steal and say, look, it ends this way. Who cares? But if the process, I like what Akpabio began to do in Akwa Ibom State when he renamed prisons as correctional services. You see, there are categories of criminals that we have discovered over time. Those that are entering into it, those that have become seasoned, and those that have become daredevils. Even the daredevil can still become good men in the society using the stupidity of what they were doing to discourage others from doing the same thing. So if we think that we should make a strong accentuation on capital punishment, we end up creating more of these criminalities. You don't know how this thing works, but that's how it works. People become hardened. Most people didn't know about drug trafficking until Buhari came the first time as a military head of state, and he started giving capital punishment for drug trafficking. People become wilder. So one can just make money overnight, you know, by trafficking drug. Worst comes to worst, they kill you.
But you leave something for your people.
You leave something. So the worst, every road now leads to drug trafficking. Men of means began to devise their own way of trafficking in drugs. So when you announce a criminality that appears to be paying well in terms of material returns, you somehow trigger the mind of the one who was before that time an innocent fellow. He will begin to think criminality. That's how it was. So capital punishment does not necessarily end it. However, when we devise a way of rehabilitating those that have been captured in the web, we'll find out that we will gain more than just ending their life.
I'm beginning to wonder, that kind of rehabilitation and then probably sending them back into the community, how do you think the society is also going to take them or welcome them back, especially knowing that
you see,
some of them must have cost them things and relatives and loved ones.
Yes, the truth is that if you read the story of those who have been brought back to the society, you discover that their worst problem has been stigmatization.
Of course.
Yeah. If you face stigmatization, face it. It is as a consequence of who you were in the past. But continue to tell the society I've changed.
After all, every action has a consequence.
Of course.
Thank you very much for your time today, Lovewalk Media Chairman.
Thank you.
Obadiah and Mbila.
For always having me.
Thank you so much
for
always coming. All right, viewers, thank you so much for calling in. Thank you for expressing yourself and telling us how you feel. We really appreciate every of your calls. And for those who couldn't take their calls today, we're really sorry. We'll take them again tomorrow. So just keep trying. I am Olamide Alhassan, and I'll see you again later.